I'm really, really excited. This is Mrs. Space Cadet Erin.
Hi, if you're new here, my name's Erin. I vlog while I run.
We've followed I mean, I met you through No Small Creators. That was like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you were just like a little over 1,000 subscribers. You were the first person that I found that was a mom on YouTube that wasn't like
But first, running outfit of the day.
perfect.
Yeah, it was so cool to follow you. And I mean, honestly, like I still search for people like us, and it is hard because YouTube is so, and Instagram, it's so polished. And I understand why some people feel like, I feel like maybe they need to look a certain way to get, I don't know, work with brands or to get more followers, but it's just so inauthentic. And
Yeah.
a lot of people like that though, you know?
I am going to do the biggest dance when Fruit of the Looms finally sponsors you.
I know, I've given up on Fruit of the Loom. I do. I still wear their sweatpants though around the house. And sometimes if I'm too lazy to change before a run, I still run in them, but they're just too top notch, I guess, for me.
They are missing out.
I know, right?
But yeah, I followed you from your very first you were a runner before, but then you had kids and life and stuff. So your first jump back into running and struggling through a mile. And that was just like so mind-blowing to me. I hadn't run a mile since I was in high school. And I think it was like one time in high school when we had to. And it was just a dark, repressed memory.
Yes, I know, for a lot of people, right? Me as well. And even when I tried running before, I never could really progress, like, and get a lot of miles in. I always would either hurt myself or just get really discouraged or feel that imposter syndrome, like, oh, I'm not a runner. And yeah, so, but you did some running on your channel as well.
Yes, because of you. Like I don't even know how many vlogs I talked about you and mentioned you. And because when I saw you struggle through it and do it every day for a month, and then COVID happened and it was just so weird. Suddenly I wasn't at work. And there was I just like I realized, okay, this has helped Erin with her mental health and she could do it. So I'm gonna try. And I ran every day for a month too.
I loved it. It's so cool to watch other people achieve that or anything similar, you know?
And then you got on TikTok and you've exploded over there.
Yeah, that was crazy. I still am like, how, because sometimes I'll just post a video and I forget that I think it's like a 400 some, maybe 420,000 now followers. And it's like, it's so crazy. Yeah. And everyone that follows me, I feel like is so fun and nice and authentic. Like, I love in the comments when someone will say, oh, I just ran my first mile. And then everyone's replying and saying, like, good job, keep going. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's like, it's the best. It's the best. Cause I feel like some people can get a lot of hate on there, and or any platform really, but I'll get some here and there, but it's so easy to brush off just because of all the positivity.
Mm-hmm. It's build it and they will come. Like the person that you truly are projects out of your eyeballs, and those are those are your people that like see that and go like, yes, finally. And man, I seriously, you probably saw my comment that I just like sobbed all the way through almost the marathon vlog one.
Yes.
It was just so amazing. I think
Yeah.
it's so cool too that most people would make it epic, but it was you filmed it like any normal vlog, any normal vlog.
Yeah. I did have high hopes of, editing and maybe putting in like old run footage and then making it all cinematic and putting B-roll in, because Dan had the GoPro the whole time. So he was getting, all these different shots and stuff. But when I sat down to do it, it felt so inauthentic to my channel. And I couldn't do it. I felt so fake and I hated that. And so I'm like, okay, if someone is watching this and they want to know what it's like to run your first marathon, especially by yourself virtually, I just wanted to not glamorize it, because it was not glamorous at all. And it wasn't the most pleasant experience.
Oh my gosh.
But I just wanted to show it how it was.
When you were really showing your legs buckling those last few miles, I was like, oh man, this is real.
Yeah.
Like, you are seriously in pain.
Yeah, I was just like trying to get through it at that point. It just felt like, what if my knee, that was always a big fear of mine, like throughout training, is what if I feel fine on these runs, but I get to the day of the marathon and some freak thing happens, like my knee just gives out and I like fall and, injure myself or something. And then I won't be able to finish. Like that always went through my mind. Such a negative thought to have, but
We can't, if it was realistic and legitimate, like, it wouldn't be fear. Fear is like, by definition, just stupid.
yeah,
Ugh.
totally.
And I remember about a year ago, I think, I actually connected and had a little Zoom chat with Coach Alicia. And oh man, I wish, she deserves all the attention. Like, you guys were just about to launch the app. How did that go?
Yeah, we actually, so we have the run program on this one app platform, and I don't want to like say too much about that, but it ended up like it wasn't working out with that one platform, I'll just say. So we're actually really excited because we found something that fits the run program so much better, and we're about to transition to that. So I think it'll be like way more user friendly, and we can actually have the community more on there. So for example, where it was before, you weren't able to like see someone's post, say they're having a bad day, they had a bad run, I would want to click on them and see what's going on in their life. Like, what did they post last week? Did their great aunt die? Or are they stressed about, what's going on in the world? And then you can like better support somebody. So that is like a big shift on this new platform that we're going to. So I'm so excited about that, because one thing that Coach Alicia, like, I love her so much. She realizes how much community can help you get through tough times, and you can relate to each other. And so I think it's going to be amazing. I'm excited.
I love that you're so much like me in that community.
I know.
You. Like, I remember you saying in your vlogs, like, tell me what's going on in your life. I'm obsessed with knowing what's happening.
Yes, I'm so nosy. I want to know, like, what are you eating? What did you do today? What's going on? And especially during quarantine, we're still in it. I mean, I know some people are not, I guess, I don't know, but it's difficult. Like, my parents, are away all winter, and like they're my best friends. So usually we would at least spend a couple weeks and go stay with them, but I just cannot bring myself to travel. I know so many people are completely isolated from their family and friends. I know my daughter hasn't been in school since shutdown started last year. So like everyone, I feel like, has just been struggling so much that if we have these platforms, even if they're really small, it's still a way to post a video if you're struggling or something, you can be like, hey, I'm having a rough day. Like, what are you guys up to? You know? And I feel like you can really connect with someone, even if it's in a comment section.
Totally, totally. So, like, from what I understood from my conversation with Alicia a year ago, this app, this program was like a community, but it's like the full shebang of training: what to eat, how to train, what to
Mm-hmm.
do every day, strength training, and alternating between that and running. It's like total 100% accountability towards your goal.
Yeah, I love it. It's because it's so satisfying too, because you get a checklist and it's all digital. It just shows up in your calendar. So you can have that satisfaction of, checking a box. Like you get your stretching in. Okay, now you're going for your run. You can check that off. Or some days it's, a leg workout or arm workout or something. So yeah, I mean, she includes all that. And then every week we have a call together, a Zoom call. So you can talk about, how your run went. Sometimes people just talk about their week, like if they had a rough week, and, there's someone that can relate to anything really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find that since like exploding on TikTok, and you had a little bit of a leap in your YouTube channel too, that it's like
Mhm.
hard to maintain the contact? Does it feel like you're kind of stretched a lot more?
Yeah, I feel like TikTok, I post every day. So there's always comments on there that I try and get to. And then Instagram is like at least, I don't know, 4 or 5 times a week. And YouTube is, I feel like, my smallest audience. And the comments, I'm not a fan of how you can respond to comments like in YouTube Studio and stuff. And some of it has to do with my internet. It's just so slow. I've spent like 20 minutes replying to comments, and then I refresh the page and all my comments never went through. Yeah, and it's just like when you're, and like as a parent too, every minute counts, like every minute. So if I allot myself 20 minutes to reply to YouTube comments, and that was like just the other day on my most recent video that happened, and it really just set me over the edge, because I appreciate when someone takes the time out of their day to comment on my video. Like that's super important to me. And yeah, so there is like that kind of stress, like if I don't get to all the comments. And there was a video a while ago that I, for some reason, just spaced on, and I didn't get to the comments, and someone left like a really mean message about, and it was the only one, it was my only video that I didn't reply, and they were like really mean about it. So yeah, that's something like I do kind of get a little stressed about, but for me it's more like time management. It's super important to me, so I will make time for it, just to like stay connected with people and everything. But yeah, YouTube I feel like is always the one that gets kind of like pushed aside.
Yeah,
But
there
that's the platform I want to grow the most. So it's like I have to stay more consistent. Sorry, the kids are here. Um, I have to stay more consistent and, you know, uh, focus on kind of putting that time in, not just like once a week or something.
but
Because YouTube's great,
it's just there's only so many hours in the day, and it's just not good for that mental health, just constantly, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that, I'm letting people
Yeah,
down all the time, like, no.
yeah. Sometimes you just feel like pulled in a million directions, but you just kind of have to like protect your own brain and focus on what's in front of you and what's important, the task at hand. So if some things get let go, I mean, it's gonna happen.
So how much has your life changed from meeting Alicia and all the stuff that you've done together?
Oh, so much. I feel like Coach Alicia is why, like that run program and her coaching is why I got to that marathon and finished it for sure. I think I would have quit on my own. like 5 times over. But so that was like a huge change. We're hoping that, once it's safer to, be in person and travel, like we have so many cool things planned, so much cool content, but it just involves being together. So just right now, with everything, it's just so hard.
Now they're like, film me dancing, and they'll just like turn in circles for an hour, and I'm like, that's great. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, they like me to film them doing tricks. Like jumping and stuff. Yeah, we do that a lot.
It's just really, really hard doing a million things with kids when you want to give them a good part of your day and your time and heart too. But
yeah,
I think so many people don't understand that we are smart, driven, capacitous people, and we need something to put our brains into, not just the normal mom stuff is enough.
Yeah, sorry, I was gonna just relocate real quick. Yeah, that is something that I noticed a lot, like the pressure on moms specifically, or even like stay at home or work at home dads, just parents in general. It's a lot of people fall into like, okay, my work and what I'm doing is parenting is your life, and then you start to like have that as your identity. And that's what happened to me, is I kind of fell into that funk of, okay, this is my purpose, this is what I do, this is my identity. And I never went to pay attention to, what do I need? What does my brain need? What does my body need? And I mean, after years of having kids and being a mom, that takes a toll. If you're not thinking of yourself, that's, you have to dig yourself out of that for a while. And that's why I think I made that, like, even though I could barely run a mile, that's why I'm like, no, I'm doing a marathon, just because I knew it would be something I'd have to dedicate myself so much to. And it was something just for me.
Yeah. I'm currently working from home. I might not have to go back to my job at the restaurant because I'm getting paid to edit videos. And
oh, good.
So, but now awesome. I'm like, even though it's been snowing almost nonstop for a few days now, I'm still like, okay, I've been editing for 4 hours. I'm gonna go for a run and not have any screens unless I'm doing it as a vlog, but I'm not gonna be staring at the phone the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna record every now and then and just be free of it all for a minute.
Yeah, it's so important.
I feel like we could probably talk forever, but
I know.
but it's also really hard to have friends who are YouTubers and fellow moms, because we know we're super stinking rotten busy, and it's really hard to just fit that in.
Yeah, and it's such an unconventional job that, I mean, most people are just like, oh, so you just film yourself all day. That's nice. But it's like so much behind the scenes stuff goes into it. Yeah. I mean, it's unreal. So yeah, it's hard to relate to people that, especially other moms, like that don't really do this even as a hobby. So it's hard for other people to understand, I feel like.
If I were a normal lady who cared about like plucking my eyebrows and painting my toenails, maybe I wouldn't have time for this. But since I don't care how this looks, I've got plenty of time.
Yes, I think about that a lot. Time and money that stuff takes. I just can't.
Oh man. I've just met so many amazing people. Like I've had, I think, close to 30 conversations since June. I've had one every single week since
That's so
summer.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so many, I love that you do that.
Yeah. I feel like I finally found what I want my channel to be. Just vulnerability from the heart vlogs, where I'm not, like you were talking about a minute ago, about not feeling authentic. when I felt like
Yeah.
I had to push myself to have epic B-roll and sweeping stuff and a voiceover on top of that, I liked
Yeah.
what I made, but I dreaded the process.
Yes. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of, even in that No Small Creators group, there are people that their videos are like movies. So when I joined that, I felt like, ooh, I do not belong. But then I started to just get more comfortable. And I'm like, well, you know what? This is my style and I'm proud of it. And I like to do it. So, that's what it is. And maybe someone that enjoys movie style things wouldn't like it, but some people do,
Yeah. Your style is great. And you are so cool.
Thank
No
you.
wonder so many people just fall in love with you on TikTok.
Oh, thank you.
You must put so much work into your TikToks because you have such an amazing way of fitting great stuff into a minute. Like, you really nailed that.
That's the hardest part. And the other thing is the algorithm doesn't really like minute long videos. So that is a little difficult because that's what I enjoy making. And I
Mhm.
think my audience enjoys that, like the run ones. But when they pop up on someone's For You page that doesn't follow me, I'm assuming they'll just swipe because they're like, why is she still going? But it's nice to just like chat, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because
that
I
makes
feel like we followed each other for so long, but we never actually got to talk to each
yeah,
other outside of comments or Facebook. So this is nice.
this is really nice. And I think about you a lot, especially when I'm running, and I'm just like such a big fan, and I'm cheering for you and all of your TikTok
Oh,
success.
thank you so much.
Yeah. So, would you like to join me in a nostrils of death moment? First, hugs.
Yeah.
Hugs. Okay, here you go. Nostrils of death.
Oh wait, you froze.
Oh, okay.
Did
Nostrils
I
of
do
death.
it?
Nailed it. So good to talk to you. Hope we can do this again
You
sometime
too.
soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Can you open this for me?
I have to
Hi.
open. Okay.
I'm Katie. You know how your mom is on YouTube? I'm on YouTube too.
She makes videos too.
But
Same as you?
Yeah.
I run my phone.
She runs with her phone too and makes videos.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
Like, Mom, she's weird.
We're very similar, so they're like, oh, that's like Mom. Okay.
Really interested to see how my 4-year-olds will react to this later on.
Yeah.
Every single time I start, I think, what if I can't do this?
If you're still watching, you rock. Woo! So a little bit more about me. I am an expat in Sweden. I was born in the US in Utah, and I live on an island of Sweden called Gotland. I'm a twin mom to 2 beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed kids who look just like their Swedish dad. And on this channel, I really want to be vulnerable and authentic, and I have conversations. I have an amazing playlist of conversations. When you look at my playlists part of life, and I do vlogs and I do vlogs just like Mrs. Space Cadet, and I'd love to build my community and connect with you. So yes, I'm a very high maintenance person, and I spend 10 hours on my hair and makeup every morning. If that doesn't make you want to subscribe, I don't even know what will. So I lost track. Rewind. The way that I end my videos is, first, most important, I give hugs, and then I do nostrils of death, which is very important for some reason. I don't, it's like this. Nostrils of death.